Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everyone doing tonight? Fix his hair. I need a haircut. How is everyone doing this fabulous Wednesday evening? So tonight we are going to be talking about money. Tonight we are going to be talking about money. Money, 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 money. Money. So I need everyone to put their put their money hats on, okay? Because as you know, I'm doing a challenge, See at the Bank challenge. It starts on Monday, where I am going to be walking you through how to structure your business, how to protect your assets, how to get business grants, how to market your business. But you may be in a season where maybe it's time for an expansion. Maybe it's time to get another location. Maybe you're like, I like the business grant. I like being able to get money, I don't have to pay back. But what if your business is already cash flowing and you're like, I'm really ready to make some bigger moves? What if you're wanting to get your hands on something to maybe do something with it, right? So maybe you are wanting to invest in some residential real estate. Fix it up, sell it, a quick little flip. Or maybe you're wanting to, maybe invest in some commercial property, okay? When it comes to business funding, there are multiple ways of skinning a cat. And in my challenge, I'm going to have the guy who's speaking tonight. Is he on? Let me see. Corey, if you're on, send me a request. The guy I'm going to have, our credit expert tonight, who's going to be talking to us about interesting ways and other ways to go ahead and get funding for our business, so that I want to make sure that everyone is equipped with all of their options. Okay. I don't know what you're trying to do with your business. I don't know if you're trying to expand, get another location, buy more equipment, get into real estate. So I wanted to kind of talk about some other fun ways of getting funding. So, Mr. Corey, how are you doing
I'm
tonight?
great. I'm great. You can hear me good? I'm straight. You can hear me?
I can hear you. Awesome. Tell everyone where you're calling from, Mr. Corey.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Greetings to everybody. I'm happy that we all locked in tonight. I'm here from New Jersey, you guys. Been doing this credit repair and funding space, being in the funding space for the last 5 years. So, I'm definitely super, super excited to go ahead and be here and share this stage with Miss Joy tonight with you guys.
Okay, now I like to always let people know who they're listening to.
For
Okay,
sure, for
so
sure.
can you kind of explain to my followers how you actually got into the credit funding arena?
Yeah, for sure, you guys. So, just to give you guys a background about me, I went to college, graduated school in about 2018. I graduated with my law and justice degree. I was actually working two jobs. I worked as a security officer, and I was working as a halfway in the halfway house as a counselor, helping inmates actually get jobs. So I was basically their bridge back into our community space. During that time, y'all had an opportunity to go ahead and do digital marketing or become a state trooper. I chose the entrepreneurship route back in 2018, and during that time, I was actually very, very successful. But the problem was I was spending a lot of my own cash. So if you guys are business owners on here right now, it's tough when you got to go ahead and go to work, put those hours in, put that physical labor in, take that cash, not only pay your bills, but try to fund your own business. So I found myself doing that a lot of the times. And then I've seen different people who I look up to today, like the Marcus Barneys, the Neil Davidsons, and they spoke about credit a lot. Okay. And during that time frame, that's when I noticed that I needed it. But I didn't realize that my credit wasn't in the place where it needs to be. So I spent the money on the little courses, the $500 courses and whatnot, and I still didn't understand what's going on. Y'all, I taught a mentorship where I was basically teaching over 5,000 people how to go ahead and grow digital space in the digital space. And my laptop that we speaking on, or phone that I do trainings on, it broke. So I had to go over to Best Buy, and this is where I figured out how important credit was. See, I was already making six figures, y'all. And some of you guys on this call are in that bracket where you making, 50, 70, $100,000. But we not realizing that just because you are making that type of money, right, that's not the end all be all. You still need the credit to go behind it. Maybe you
Correct.
want to go and finance a car. You need to get a home, right? So you need the credit. So I went to go ahead and go to Best Buy. I tried to get an iPad. I was trying to finance an iPad, and literally they denied me. And it was crushing for me. It was humbling for me, right? Because I'm used to getting what I want.
Right.
So they ran me my score. I had a 563, and that's when I realized I need to go ahead and get my credit really, really intact. And shoot, I paid somebody to do it, just like some of us probably did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the type of person that when somebody do something for me that's to that type of magnitude that can help me go ahead and change my life and free up and open up some doors, right? I want to know how to do it for myself because I also want to go ahead and learn that skill to do it for other people as well.
Right.
So at the time, I'm going to say the guy was gatekeeping the information from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go and find different mentors. So I paid, two other mentors to show me the game as far as credit and credit repair and business funding back in 2020. Yeah, it was around like 2020, 2021 time. And from there, it's just been Airbnbs, the Toros, I went from $300 credit card. You guys, I only had a Capital One card when I was working those two jobs, so over 300,000. I now invest into real estate in the Philadelphia area. In less than a year, you guys, I have $1 million real estate portfolio. So it's like this stuff that we're talking about. Yes, the grants are absolutely amazing because you don't got to pay them back. But like Joe was saying, some of you guys are cash flowing or not cash flowing right now, and we need to leverage these credit scores to get funding. So that's what we're going to discuss tonight.
Okay. So before we get into the nitty gritty, let me kind of go over the different types of business funding. Okay, so
Hmm.
you want to get money for your business, here are your options. Options number one is you can apply for business grants. You can do an application out, apply for business grants. They're not going to ask for any kind of financials, tax returns. You need to have a reason as to why you need the money. Option number one, they're not going to ask for your social. It's not based on credit. You have to just win the grant. Option number two is going to be you can go establish business credit in your business. That's a process. You're going to go through different kind of tiers, basically building out the credit profile. Just like you personally have to go build out your personal credit profile. An 18-year-old with no credit can't go get $1 million home. You
Hmm.
have to have different types of credit on your credit report to get that kind of money. Same on the business side. So you can, start with your tier one, your Grangers, your Quill, all that good stuff, and then get your gas cards, and then get your cash credit cards. And then it's time for us to get the revenue. But the revenue was, I mean, not the revenue. Go get the bank loan or vehicle financing in the business name. But that's going to be determined on how much business revenue your business is generating. Now, if you need to get money for your business immediately, you want to get money for your business tomorrow, you want to get money in your business to make something shake.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity, there's a deal, there's a real estate investment, there's this, there's that. I need something tonight.
Hmm.
If you need to get immediate funding, you are going to have to be a personal guarantor. And so what Corey is going to go over tonight is if you need money as we're on this live, right now, I need money right now while he's on the live.
Hmm.
I need you to take some notes out and he's going to explain how do we get money tonight.
Tonight.
Okay, go ahead, Mr.
Let's
Corey.
do it. Let's do it. So, first thing I want you guys to understand, right? Um, this is definitely something that you guys can take advantage of right now, right? So, information on me, execution on all of you guys right now, because y'all notepad should be out, whether you recording this, whatever the case may be. All right. So, like Ms. Joy was saying, right, the easiest and most fastest way for you guys to get access to capital right now is from being a personal guarantor, which us in the credit world we call it a PG. Okay, so what that PG is going to do, right, that's basically going to have a lender. They're going to look at your personal credit profile. Okay. So I know you hear the business credit, and yes, we love to build up the payday scores and all of those great things, right? But the other half of that is you having a well structured personal credit profile. So this is going to give you guys access to the high limit credit cards, which I know all of you guys want right now because that gives you more buying power and it helps you go ahead and invest into higher projects and give you more cash flow. So we want to go ahead and have the structured profile. So this is how this is going to look. All right. I want you guys to actually have over 8 open accounts or primary accounts on your guys' credit report. So what does that mean, Corey? Well, look, there's a mix of different credit that we need to have on these profiles, right? We need to have a mix of credit cards, which are revolving accounts, or charge cards, or lines of credit. But we also need to have a mixture of different loans on our credit profile, right? So this can deal with auto loans. Maybe you already have a house, right? Maybe you could do a personal loan, student loans, which everybody talked to me about removing the student loans. But if the student loans are in negative, guys, I want y'all to keep the student loans on your file. They're actually doing more good for your file than what you think is actually harming it. And I'm saying that because those are the oldest accounts on your profile right now. Okay. Most of us, if you went to college or you did, right? But if you went to college, you went to school around 17, maybe 18 years old, right? Probably 16, right? Straight out of high school. So those accounts have been the oldest accounts on your profile. We don't want to remove those accounts from the file because now you're probably taking away what, 8 years, 4 years, 10 years, maybe 15 years. Some of us been out of school for, right? You're taking all of that age away. So that's going to hurt your score for the time being because you took away the age, right? So this is what I'm going to tell you guys. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown right now of how I want you guys to build up your file. Okay, and this is what I use to help my clients and my mentees actually get well over 100K in funding. So I'm gonna give you guys a list of accounts right now. All right, the first thing I want you to do, okay, is I want you guys to add the kickoff builder account to your file. All right, and the reason why I'm giving you guys this account is because I'm setting you guys up to get higher limit approvals. Okay. How many of you guys on this live right now, you probably got a credit card, but the credit card limit is only $300. The credit card limit is only $500, right? Maybe it's $700 on your credit profile right now. And I want you guys to understand the reason why it's like that, because when you get in funding with this overnight bag with the personal guarantors, okay, this is a monkey see, monkey do type of game. So what do I mean by that? If I'm gonna lend, if I'm a bank and you come into my bank or you do an application with me, I'm gonna see what other people have approved you for. Okay. So if all I see on your credit profile is that you have a little $300 secure card, a little $500 a credit one card, an Aspire bank card, all of those Bank of Missouri, all of that stuff that you go into Credit Karma and they matching you with those cards, and you're like, yeah, I want the credit. Nah, right? Those are lower tier cards, you guys. So we want to get the higher limits. So we gotta play the game a little bit differently. So the reason why I'm telling you guys to go to Kickoff is because Kickoff has now added a $2,500 revolving credit card that can report to your credit profile. Okay. So that automatically trumps the $300, okay, the $500 card, all of that stuff. All right. So we want to go with the kickoff card because there's a higher limit on there. Okay. The second account that I want y'all to add, that's a revolving balance. Okay, you guys can go to a site. It's called Meet Ava. All right, Meet Ava. MEETAVA. Meet Ava. Okay, so Meet Ava also has a revolving credit card that you could pay monthly for. Right, you pay like $20 a month, $25 a month. Okay, and it's going to report to your credit profile, but it's a higher limit. Right, it's probably anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. So these builders are actually going to be on your profile, and now it look like you got higher limits on your credit profile. A third one that you guys can add to your file is from a site called Credit Strong. Credit Strong also has a revolving credit card type of deal going on where you could pay $100, but they'll put $1,000 limit on your file. So this is great for people who have no credit
Credit.
profile right now, and you want to build right now. Okay, so these are three builders that you can add to your file right now. They got higher limits on there, and it's better than you doing the little secure cards where you only gonna put most of the time $250, $300 onto the secure card, and now it's like when you go apply for something else, it's a little bit harder for you to go ahead and get the higher limits. Okay, so those are three great builders that we can add to the file. All right,
Hold
now,
on, Mr. Corey. Hold
yep,
on, Mr. Corey.
go ahead, go
Now,
ahead.
for those who don't understand why this gem that Mr. Corey just gave you is the bomb.com,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when we have maybe a lower credit score or we have no credit, the only way to raise our credit score is to get trade lines reporting. You can
Mm-hmm.
go clean your credit, you can go pay the debt off, but that's not going to boost your score.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we already have low credit and we're trying to build our score, like he just said, we're only going to be getting approved for these 200, 300, 500 secure credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go get no down payment with a $500 secure credit card. Okay, so if you're in the group where, hey, my credit isn't the best, don't just turn your ears off, because guess what, in this game of life, it's time for us to embark on the journey of getting our credit together. So you may not be able to go run a play and get it tonight, but you may be able to get it tomorrow night. When I say tomorrow night, I mean in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year from now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the game. He said credit kickoff. Credit kickoff's gonna give you a $2,500 revolving line. He
Mm-hmm.
said METAVA, MEETAVA. They gonna give you a revolving line. Credit strong, meaning you're gonna pay these vendors to just report like you have $2,500 worth of credit. You gotta play to pay. I said it
Mm-hmm.
backwards. You
You
gotta
got it.
pay to
For
play.
sure.
Okay, so if
Yep.
our credit is slow or low, we are now going to build our credit in this process. Okay,
Mm.
so go ahead, Mr. Corey, because
Yep.
some of y'all like, I got bad credit. You
Yeah.
put your money head on. If you can't play tonight,
Mm-hmm.
can you play in three
For
months?
sure.
Can you play in 6 months? Can you play in a year? There's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be opportunity, but the whole point is, if you're not even in the game, let's get you in the game. Okay,
For sure.
so those three accounts are going to be trade lines.
Mm-hmm.
Trade lines is what's going to boost your credit score. And
Yep.
he just said lenders are a monkey see, monkey do. So whatever you have reporting on your on your credit report, 9 out of 10 times, that's what you're going to get approved for. Go ahead, Mr. Corey.
There we go. Yep. So she just broke it down for you guys. And I'm seeing you guys in the comment section. I want y'all to follow through with this. And if you're not following through, I need y'all to DM Joy to get into this challenge starting on Monday night, because we going super, super in depth with this on Monday night, right?
So if y'all hold on, if y'all just tuning in, he is breaking the whole game down on Monday. So if you want to get in, type in challenge in the comments, and the link will be sent to you. Go ahead, Mr. Corey.
Do it. Let's do it. So those are three gems right there for prime, and this is important, right? Primary. These are primary accounts in your name, not somebody else's authorized user account. This is your name. Okay. So these are primary accounts that's going to be able to build out your profile. Keep on. I see the challenge here. Let's do it, because Monday night I'm giving you all the sauce, right? So boom. Now we talked about revolving balances. Now let's talk about the bigger type of accounts. Now we about to go talk about installment accounts. Okay, so these are loans, y'all. So an installment account is just like this. You get a mortgage right now. The mortgage has a fixed amount of months that you got to pay for it, like 30-year fixed mortgage. Okay, so you might be paying it for 30 months, 60 months, 300, whatever the case may be, and you have a specific amount of money that you need to pay towards it month by month. Those are your loans, right? Your car note, right? Your student loans all had installments, right? You paying it off in installments. So we need to add this to your profile as well too. And I'm gonna be real. The loans, y'all, the loans, they give your file some, like, banks love when you can get a loan and you can pay a loan off. And sometimes it's better than having a credit card. So
Mhm.
these accounts are 100%. Like, this is what I'm telling you. These accounts right now that I'm about to tell you to get, they 100% about to help you guys grow as well too. And I got a bunch of different banks that's gonna help you guys do this. So the first thing I'm going to tell you this, right? I don't like secure credit cards. As if y'all didn't feel my vibe out in the beginning, I'm really not the best fan of the secure credit cards, y'all, right? And the reason why is because you're gonna put a little bit of money in a secure credit card anyway. Only secure credit card I'm a fan of is the secure credit cards that are going to graduate. And what I mean by graduate, these are the accounts that if you put money in it after 6 months, they go ahead and give you your money back and give you an actual limit. Navy Federal is a bank that does this. All right. Discover Bank is a bank that does this over time. Okay. Citibank is a bank that does this over time. If you're gonna go secure card, but again, we got better options with our money that we can put to work. Okay, so the first thing I want to go ahead and tell you guys are about secured, right? Secured loans. Okay, so a lot of your credit unions that y'all rock with right now, a lot of your credit unions, they have secured loans, right? And these secured loans is basically where you're going to be able to put your capital up, okay? And I left out the best part. You guys are going to be able to do all of this without running up your hard inquiries. This is all without pulling a hard pull in your credit profile, which we're going to use to actually get funded in the end, right? But banks like, let's do this. I'll give y'all 4 banks that you guys can get secured loans from right now. Andrews Federal Credit Union, okay? Andrews Federal Credit Union. Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, right? Philly Fed. Navy Federal has the pledge loan, right? I'm sure you guys heard of a pledge loan, okay? PenFed does this as well too. So these are 4 banks off the top. Oh, I'll give you this one. First Harvest Federal Credit Union. That's 5 banks that I know right now that you guys can go ahead and create a relationship, which you're gonna need to do that anyway because you want to get business funding, right? You guys can create relationships with these banks, and you guys can go ahead and get secured loans, right? You pitch your capital up. Let's say you do $500 or $1,000, right? You put it into the account, okay? They're going to give you a loan for that money, okay? Now you're able to go ahead and pay that loan off, and it's building out your file, okay? But guess what? This is the best thing. Remember, I'm telling you guys, these are credit unions, and a lot of credit unions have their own internal scores, okay? So they need you to build relationships with them from getting something that's called sticky products. Sticky products, right? What is a sticky product, Corey? Is a product that is something that you got to keep coming back to me for, right? AKA a checkings account, AKA when you do your checking deposits for when you get paid, okay? AKA a loan, all right? A credit card, etc. Those are sticky products. So as you go ahead and pay off these sticky products, okay, this is going to help you guys go ahead and build relationships. So when it's time for ask for the bag now, they're giving you the bag. And check, because this is what y'all got to think about. In life, we always wondering, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Well, you got to think about the person on the other side. Exactly. What's in it for them as well, too? You coming to me asking me for $20,000, but what have you proven to me? So you doing these things, you building out these relationships, you paying this money in account, you getting these secure loans that they have no risk at, right? Because it's your capital. This is helping not only you grow, but this is also helping the relationship with the institution as well too. So when it's time to get that money, y'all, we're gonna be good. So secure loans are perfect, and I gave y'all 5 institutions just now that you guys could go ahead and get secured loans with. All right. Now, on top of that,
hold on, Mr. Corey. Hold on, Mr.
okay,
Corey.
yeah, because I told you I was gonna flame him tonight.
Okay.
I told you.
Now, he already hit you with the primary trade lines, not the authorized users, not the CPNs. He already blessed you with the primary trade lines with no hard inquiry. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now he just gave you a secured loan where you go put $1,000 up, they gonna match your 1,000. He gave you Andrews Federal Credit Union, Philadelphia Credit Union, PenFed, Navy Fed, and First Harvest. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to go make a relationship with the bank. You can't be having a one-night stand with the bank thinking you about to get some money. Okay? Mm-hmm. So if we're in the process of trying to get our stuff together, trying to get our credit together, go ahead and make that relationship. What do you mean? Go ahead and open up a bank account. Make sure that every single month you putting some money in. Put $5 in, put $10 in. Go talk to the teller. Go talk to the business banker and ask them what products do they have. Go bring some donuts on a Friday. Just take your butt to the bank and make relationships. Why? Because you're working on your credit now. You're building the rapport, so now when it's time to get the money to run the play, you already got Timmy over there loving you. You've been coming if you just go once a month, Go drop some donuts off, some Krispy Kreme. Tell the teller she pretty. Tell the other guy he done lost 5 pounds. And it's all about building relationships. You have to have a banker in your back pocket. What's gonna make your application stand out from everybody else? Now, if you're in this circle of I gotta work to get myself together, it's kind of like there's some people who don't have to do any of this, right? But if that's not you, if you're not the 750, 780, if we got to kind of, skis our way in, give them a reason to want to take a chance. Okay. So if all of this is making sense, if you are feeling like, you know what, I see how I'm going to get out this hole, type challenge in the comments because Mr. Corey's going to give us some more on Monday. Challenge in the comments. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Corey.
Yep. Let's go. I need each and every one of y'all. It's a 200 plus of us on this training or on this live right now. I need y'all all tapped into Monday night. I'm telling y'all, if y'all think that this is something, right? If you guys are getting a whole bunch of information in some game right now, I'm not letting, like, she's stopping me. She holding me back right now. She's like, ho, Mr. Haggy, look. But I'm telling y'all, on Monday, the leash is coming off. Haggy dropping the sauce, right? Y'all fingers gonna have carpal tunnel because y'all writing so much. For real. Right? So yeah, Monday we going up. But let's go ahead and move forward, right? And I see everybody talking about trade lines, and I just want to touch on this so that y'all understand why I'm going this route. Y'all, trade lines, I don't care what people post on the internet. I'm here, I'm debunking all of it. Trade lines are not the end all be all. I don't care if you go add a $50,000 trade line with 10, 20 years on your file. I don't care what it is, right? If the credit profile is not structured right, the trade line is not going to be an answer. So you could go spend money on it. It's gonna give you a boost a little bit, but then you still gonna be getting declined for things, right? So we gotta build these files out correctly. Everything that I just gave you almost 9 to 10 plus accounts that all can report to your credit profile with no hard inquiries. That's major. That's major, y'all. Okay? So we want to go to add these accounts to the file. Now, moving along, after we go ahead and add these, these accounts to the file, we want to have our profile, put the seasoning on it, right? We just set it up. Now let's go to season this thing up. Let's put the seasoning on there now. We're gonna touch on utilization right now. All right. So this utilization, if y'all don't know, I'm sure y'all all know, is basically how much you use on your credit cards. Okay. Average right now, if I ask y'all what percentage should your credit cards be under, I could probably almost guarantee that 100 of y'all is gonna say, yeah, Mr. Haggy, my utilization should be below 30%. Right? And I'm here to tell y'all this. If y'all on this live right now with me and Miss Joy, number one, we don't play the average rule. We not
Come on.
average. And none of y'all is average on this live if y'all tapped in with Miss Joy. And I know damn sure I ain't average as well, right? We not going for the 30%. We going for the 10%. Right? We need 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. Okay? And the reason being that's going to help your score keep on growing. All right? And this is what I want y'all to understand too. Right? Not only do we want our utilization to be below 10%, right? We want our individual credit cards to be below 10% as well too. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. You can have right now under 10% utilization overall for your credit cards, but one of your credit cards, right? Let's just take you got a 5K American Express, but the American Express got a 4K balance on it. That's around 90% utilization on that one American Express, but your overall usage is below 10. I'm telling you right now, you could go apply for something, they still deny you. They're gonna say, and when the paper comes to you, it's gonna say the utilization on one or more of your accounts is too high, and they're gonna tell you that's like basically you gonna be like, what? Do you go look at your credit profile? It's because one of your cards is maxed out. Feel me? So we need to go ahead and get that utilization low on all of our cards. That's the key. That's there. That's gonna get you in the door. So the accounts that I just said, the utilization low. All right. Then we go ahead and we get to no late payments, no derogatory. So some of us, I don't like calling your credit bad. It's just challenged right now. Your credit is challenged. So for all of us right now, and I'm gonna debunk this thing as well too, because I hear this every day when people come to me. Haggy, yeah, I don't got a lot on my file. It's just these little things, these little things. Stop calling it little. It's not little. Because those late payments is the biggest part of your credit report right now. So it's not little. If you got one, it ain't little. If you got two, it ain't little. That little charge off, that little credit card, is not little if it's negative. It's not little. So let's stop thinking that it's little. That's a big deal. And I'm sad. It's sad to say, but the way credit works is just like how life works. You could be on a straight path all your life,
Hmm.
and then you bump into somebody in a bar. They step on your shoe. You punching them. Now you sitting in the jail cell with a goddamn record.
Hmm.
Now you can, it's harder for you to get jobs, right? You could go on a straight path. You pay on time your whole life. You come into a rough patch during COVID. You got a late payment, your job laid you off. Now you got late payments on your credit profile. Now time has passed and it's hard for you to go ahead and get funding or get approved for things with low interest rates. That's how it is. Right. And that's why we on calls and lives just like this, so we can discuss these things and you get in challenges, keep on dropping the word challenge, right? If you want to understand how to remove late payments, because we're gonna be talking about this on Monday. All right. But that's why we get into challenges like how Miss Joy is doing, because we got to remove those late payments. So I'm here to let y'all know right now that we have like I'm holding y'all accountable. We can't afford to have no more late payments. We can't afford to have collections. We can't afford to have repossessions. I'm sorry. I know life is hard. I know. We gotta figure it out though, right? You gotta understand the game. So we need to have zero late payments, derogatory, anything like that on the file. Keep on dropping challenge so y'all can get into this challenge on Monday. Now,
Now hold
on
on,
top of that,
hold on, because you are dropping too many gems. I need them. I need them to understand. I need them to understand.
yeah.
I don't sell wolf tickets. I don't
Mm-hmm.
sell smoke. Okay. Now when you go on Instagram, and I'm not throwing shade, but they're gonna say you gotta get a shell corp. And they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say you gotta get this trade line. You gotta do this. What they're doing is they are dangling one piece of the puzzle, and there's six other pieces that are not being shown. You
Mm-hmm.
can't get a shell corp and walk into the bank and have nothing else and get funding. You can't
Facts.
get an LLC and walk into the bank and get funding. You can't
Mm-hmm.
get a trade line and walk into the bank and get funding. Okay. He's giving you the entire, well, he's going to give you part of the entire blueprint of what it is. Okay. So I need everyone to make sure that they're taking notes on the revolving accounts to have, on the secured accounts, on your it's see, don't get your utilization down, but don't have no trade lines, and then go run and go apply for 5 cars. He's not
Mm-hmm.
saying this one thing. He's saying we got to fix this entire, we got to do the entire car. We got to fix the transmission, the engine, the timing belt. This is the entire thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not just one thing. So I see people in comments. You need trade lines, baby. You need a lot of things. Okay, so
Facts.
but you need them all. Once you have your credit profile built out, now the ball's in your court. Now when
Mm-hmm.
you walking in the bank, you walking in like you belong there, not shucking and jiving and hey, can I get let me go on this YouTube video and let me go on this Google. It's the entire thing. But once you get your profile together, now you in the game for life. And
Mm-hmm.
besides you being in the game for life, you can help your mama, sister, cousin, brother collab on some stuff and really get going.
For sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now
Go ahead.
you good. You good. That's perfect, y'all. So we talked about the accounts. We talked about utilization already. The next thing that they'll look at, you guys, is your age, right? So this is what I'm going to tell you. This is the part where the trade line can come in at for everybody who's asking. This is the part where you utilize it at age, right? It's either this. I'll tell my mentees, some of them in the comments right now, and they'll let you know, right? I tell everybody you either gonna buy it, you gonna borrow it, or you gonna organically grow it with age, right? Again, you're gonna buy this stuff, you're gonna borrow it, or you're gonna organically grow it. What I mean about those three, you're gonna buy it, you're gonna buy a trade line off a website that got some age to it that you can add it to your credit profile, and now you get over the 4 year mark that I want you at. You're going to borrow it, which is the freeway, right? The freeway is from somebody who already has good credit. That's a family member, a cousin, a relative, because it's free. And the cool thing about that is most of the time, they probably not ever going to take you off the car, so your profile could keep on aging. Okay. Well, if you're buying it, it's only going to be in your file for 60 to 90 days. All right. And then lastly is the organic route. The organic route is you starting now. It's for some of us, a lot of us, we need to start right now. Right? Some of us never built our file. Some of us never looked at our profile. We don't know what's going on. I tell my mentees, look, the same way you wake up and you come check Instagram in the morning or TikTok in the morning is the same way I need you checking out your experience. Because this is the motion. Your credit profile is the motion right now, y'all. All right? So we either gonna buy it, we gonna borrow age, or we gonna organically grow it from us adding those accounts, which you're gonna need anyway. You're gonna need it anyway, y'all. You can't run away from this stuff. At some way, if you try to skip these lines, somewhere it's gonna find you, and you're gonna be like, oh, Haggy was right. Somewhere. All right, so I'm giving you this stuff. This is the structure. It works. It works, y'all. Okay? So, boom. Now we go. We got the age out the way. The last thing that we're going to have is our inquiries, right? Which, if you have a lot of them, 9 times out of 10, you keep on applying for stuff and you keep on getting declined because your credit file is not right. Or you're not buying your car the right way. You feel me? That's the biggest one that I have. People going to get cars from the dealership still, and they running your credit all over the place. Which I just gave you 5 credit unions. Not to mention, do they also give? Not only do they give you secure loans, but they're gonna give you auto loans too. So now you don't gotta go to the dealership and they run your credit all over the place. You go right to the credit union. The credit union give you your car with one hard pull. Okay. So this is how we want our credit profile to be structured out. We want less than 4 inquiries. We want no derogatories. We want 100% payment history. We want less than 10% on the utilization. We want over 4 to 5 years of age. We want over 8 accounts. And we're gonna go super, super in depth with this on Monday. So I need y'all to comment the word challenge to get in the room. All right? Because look, I'm gonna tell you this. It's either it's like what you don't know is costing you thousands right now. Literally. Some of us on this call already got a 750 score, already got a 700 plus score. You sitting on thousands, thousands that can help you go ahead and accelerate your life. This is it right here. So we got to understand this credit game. Comment the word challenge to get in the door. Okay, so that's our credit profile. Now I'm gonna give y'all some money on here because I promised Joy that I would. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some money right now. Right now, when we talking about personal funding or we're talking about business funding, specifically business funding, a lot of the times you guys are going to need to create relationships with banks. That just is what it is. Okay? But these specific banks that I'm about to give you guys right now, all right, these are outliers, right? These are outliers, okay? These ones don't necessarily need you to create a checkings or a savings account with them. So I'm going to give you these banks on this live right now, and for everybody who's qualified, right? For everybody who's qualified, who has a 700 plus score on here, right? I want y'all to go ahead and take action with these banks right now, okay? The first one that I'm going to give you guys, we're going to rock with the big boy Amex. All right? And inside of Amex, okay, I'm not telling you guys to shoot for the gold card. I'm not telling you to shoot for the platinum card. Even though when we get those cards, it's like a status thing, like, yeah, I got a gold card. Yeah, it's fine. We'll get there, right? There's been a time and point where I'm telling y'all to grab those cards because we can utilize them for a lot of different things, but not specifically this. Because everybody that's on this call, on this live right now, I keep saying call. Everybody who's on this live right now, I'm going to assume that you guys are looking to go ahead and invest into yourself. That's why we're here right now. Okay. So I want you guys to rock out with the 0% blue cash cards that American Express has to offer. Okay. The reason why I want you guys to rock out with the 0% blue cash cards is because it's cheap money. If you get approved for $25,000 and you have to utilize that $20,000 for a new real estate project that's about to come up, all right, you only have to pay 1 to 2% on that $25,000. So that's anywhere between $250 to $500 a month. That's cheap. For you to use $25,000 to buy a house and only got to pay $250 or $500 a month for an entire year, that's cheap money. American Express Blue Cash Card. Okay. Number two, we want to go with the GM cards. All right. So this, you got to go to Marcus.com to get the GM cards. They're going to pull from, I'm telling you what they're going to pull from. They're going to pull from TransUnion. American Express is going to pull from Experian. Okay. So now you got one pull on one of the bureaus, right? When we going through our sequences, which we're going to talk about on Monday, that's why I need y'all to DM write the word challenge right now on this live. I'm gonna give you guys some sequences that I want you guys to run so that you would get maximum amount of funding. A lot of you guys are gonna leave this live on Monday. A lot of you guys are gonna leave this challenge that Joy's running a whole week with over 100,000 in funding. We just got to get in the door right now. Okay. So the Marcus, the GM, the General Motors card, you got to go to Marcus.com. Okay. They're gonna pull from TransUnion. All right. You put your business in. You need an LLC. For everybody who don't have LLC, you need an LLC because this is business. But they also have a personal card too that you guys can rock with. Right. You can also have a personal card that y'all can rock with on there too. American Express. They all. If you don't have a business just yet, but you got a 700 on personal, you can rock with a personal Blue Cash card as well too. It's 0%. Right. So those are two banks. Okay. That you guys can go ahead and take action with. I'm gonna give you one more, just because I'm in a nice giving mood right now. It's called the X1 card. X1, right? X1. All right. What X1 is going to do, X1 is going to connect to your checkings account. That's a personal card. So if you got cash flow going through your personal account, whatever one is the most huskiest, it's tax time. It's tax time, right? How many taxes hit? Taxes have hit. Connect. This is the perfect time to go apply for the X1 card. Now, why that money in there before you go blow it on something you ain't supposed to blow it on? Connect that X1 card to the bank account so you get a high limit credit card on your personal file, y'all. All right. So those are three cards right there that I just gave y'all. X1 is gonna pull from Experian as well too. Those three cards that I just gave y'all that you don't need a bank account with, y'all. And you guys can go ahead and thrive with if you have the good profile that we just gave. Now, if you don't have the profile on Monday, right? On Monday, we'll go ahead and discuss all of this stuff more and more details. But yeah, let me know. Drop me some in the chat. Drop me some fire emojis if you guys are excited for Monday. If you guys learned some today, drop me some fire emojis in the chat, man. Let me see. Where the energy at, man? Because if y'all think that this was lit, Monday, man, we turning it up. Monday, we turning it up. Monday, we turn it up. Drop me some fire emojis if y'all learned something tonight, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, man, come on. Come on.
So as we are talking about our business, right? As we're talking about we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. Even if you don't have a business right now, even if you don't need anything right now, at least get yourself to be able to be in the game. If you have an issue with your credit, it's not where you want it to be. Putting your head in the sand isn't gonna fix it. Not looking at your credit score ain't gonna fix it. And all we're doing is prolonging the inevitable. If you're not gonna need business funding, you may need a car, you may need a house. You're gonna need something. You're gonna just need something. So why not get yourself financially in a position to where you can play any game that you want to play? When you need a credit card, you just go apply and you get it. You're not having to worry about getting a CPN number and I'm a LLC my name and then that way. See, all that is just nigga shit. It's just like at some point in time, you got to just be able to be 100% you. Stand on your own 10 toes. And so if you're not ready right now, then get ready. Get ready.
For sure.
So I'm excited about Monday. If you don't pay, I'll save this live for those who didn't get the accounts. I'll say them again. Trade lines, revolving accounts with no hard inquiry. It's going to report a $2,000 or more trade line. It's not going to be a $300 or $500 trade line. He said the credit kickoff. He said meet Ava, MEETAVA. He said credit strong. Now you want to go and get your secured accounts. Citibank, Navy Fed. Your installment accounts. He gave us 5 banks that we can go to get an installment account. Andrews Federal Credit Union, Philadelphia Credit Union, Penn Fed, Navy Fed, and First Harvest. Make a relationship with these banks. Get you a checking account. Get you a savings account. Go to the bank once a month. Tell the teller she's pretty, you like her earrings, you like her nails. Talk to the business. Just go run your mouth. Build the relationship. So when it's time for your application, You wherever you're banking, you should have a banker.
Mm-hmm.
You should have a person when you walk in at some point in time when your business grows and you walk in the bank, they're gonna be flagging you down. Yep. They're gonna be pulling you in the back room and boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. So you want to start doing these things now. Start getting in the habit of I'm building these relationships for a reason. You about to go in here and ask for the loan. Mm-hmm. Then he says that we need to have our utilization not 30%, 10%. Not 10% in total. Every credit card needs to be 10% or lower. So if your business is about to be booming this month, next month, if you're getting your income tax income tax check, if your boo got some money, stop getting them bags, stop getting them shoes, stop going on them trips, pay his credit cards down. Mm-hmm. Just get yourself in a position to play. Now, these late payments, we're going to talk about on Monday how to get those off. Now, your credit aid, you're going to buy it, meaning you're going to pay somebody to be able to use their credit if you need credit aid, or you're going to borrow it, or you're going to have to get it yourself, meaning you got to have accounts that got 3, 5, 8, 10 years of age. He just said, don't get rid of your student loans. Mm-hmm. Because when you walk into the bank, they're just like you trying to get the money. They want to make sure when I give you the money, I'm gonna get it back. So I don't care what your credit score is. It could be a 900. You invent a new score. What's your credit profile? How long you been reporting to the credit bureaus? Now you go and do a big credit sweep because I'm gonna swipe. I'm gonna just clean my credit. Well, now you ain't got nothing. Now you start. Having no credit is the same as having bad credit. Now you gotta be right back here again. And then last but not least, he gave you three banks. Amex. To apply for Amex has a Blue Cash card, 0%. GM, go to Marcus.com, and then X1. Mm-hmm. So work on yourself. If you can't afford the challenge, I got you. Work on this skeleton right here. If you can't afford the challenge is $97, or it's $397 with the coupon code Get to Bank. It's $100 off, $297. If you ain't got the challenge, baby, I got you. Work with this right here. But it's time to, besides your business, you got to be able to pull the plug to get capital. Mm-hmm. You're going to need money for something, to buy inventory, your equipment break. He was just like when he went to Best Buy trying to get him a phone, making 6 figures. Like, I can't even get a phone. Like, what's tea? What's good? And if that's where you are, that is okay. Just know where you are and have a game plan. Hey, in 6 months, I'm not going to be here. In a year, I'm not going to be here. As long as you are at the same place in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, you good. So instead of being ashamed of yourself and I just got bad credit and I'm gonna just go, do something. He gave you the whole blueprint as to how to get your credit profile ready. Even when it comes to business funding, at some business funding, they're going to want to take a peek at your personal credit. So there is no getting around the personal credit. It's like getting a car. There is no getting around having a car without an engine, unless you get an electric car. There is no getting around a car without an engine. Now, a car without leather, a car without Bose speakers, a car without a sunroof, you can do all that, but you got to have an engine. Your personal credit is your engine. Your credit profile is your engine. Forget the credit score. You can have a 680, but you got you a mortgage paid off. You got you 10 cars paid off. You got you some lines of credit. They'll take a 6. And I'm saying all of this because I have a dealership. Banks will take a 680 over a 750 all day, every day. If you got you a paid mortgage off, they got about 3, 4 credit cards. They're looking at the entire thing. So stop thinking it's just one. I'm gonna take one lick. I'm gonna get the shell corp. I'm gonna do this. It's the entire process. Yeah. And that's the game. The call is gonna be Get to Bank. GET, the number 2 bank. When I post this live, I'll put the coupon code on the live. But get in the room on Monday. Get in the room so you can take this time to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the room so you know the play. Get
Mm-hmm.
in the room so whatever is your next move gonna be your best move. But just get in the room.
Mm-hmm. What I'm gonna tell y'all is this, right? My good buddy told me this before I started to go ahead and pour into myself. And I used to, see people at higher levels, and I'm be like, I want to get there, I want to get there because it's inspiring to me. But he told me, he said, look, bro, like, I know where you want to go, but this year might just be the year that you got to pour into yourself, right? This year
Mhm.
might be a year that you just got to invest into your mind. Because when you invest into your mind go ahead and pour back into your pockets, which we all want.
Right.
So this year might have to be just a structure year for a lot of us. Okay. And it happened for me too, right? 2021 was a structure year for me. 2022, I started to go to like stretch my legs. 2023, I'm sprinting. 2024, I'm running the marathon right
Come
now.
on.
Like it's not an overnight thing, it's an over life thing. But you gotta go ahead and get in these rooms. You gotta keep getting new knowledge. If you right now the smartest one in your household, you gotta get around some people who ain't the smart, who smarter than you, honestly. Right? Who more savvier than you. Because right now, these classes is probably what you missing, right? And what you need to get yourself from point A to point B. Get across the street. Come on now. You about to learn something that you ain't know. Now you take that and it's like the way the mind works is like a white tee. If I stretch this collar out really, really far, it's not going to be able to go back to how it is
Right.
right now. And that's how your mind is. So it's like when you know better, you do better. And you can't unlearn what you learned right now because this is the stuff that's going to structure you up to take you to the next level. So I'm excited to go ahead and share that call with y'all on Monday. And let's run the play, man. Come on,
Let's
get in that room, man.
get it.
Hmm.
I need everyone to drop some fire emojis in the chat. Mr. Corey, what's your
Yep.
name? Mr.
Cool.
Haggy, what's your little
Yeah.
secret name? What's your
Yeah, Corey Haggy.
sauce name?
Haggy, yeah.
Mr. Haggy, he came on here. He gave you guys the free game. He said it's not gonna be overnight. It's gonna be over life. Now, when you hear me say that, act like I didn't hear it from you. I like that. It's not gonna be overnight. It's gonna be over life.
Hmm.
That was good. That was good.
Hmm.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
we
much
like it.
for sharing these gems with my followers. You
Hmm.
guys, please take heed to what he said. Take
Hmm.
heed to what he said. This is free game. If you want some more game, come on in this challenge. If you want to follow Mr. Haggy, if you hit this drop down arrow at the top of the screen, he's right there. Follow him.
Yeah.
But it's time to go ahead and get in the game of life.
Hmm. Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. And I'm appreciative of everybody that tapped in tonight. Hopefully, you guys wrote a lot of notes down. And like we said, keep on coming to word challenge. All right. And all I want to do is I just want to see all of you guys in that class on Monday. I want to help all of you guys grow and get to that next level. So that's what my goal is for y'all. Right. Let's go ahead and pour back into y'all so y'all can get to that next level. Let's do it.
Let's get it. I will see you guys on Monday and I will see you at the bank. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Thank
Peace.
you.
No problem.